What's up, guys, and welcome back to another banger. As you guys can see, here we are on board the Airbus A321-200 current engine option. Today we're going to be flying for Delta Airlines, as you can see by the cabin configuration. Delta, with the tank livery. But other than that, let's go ahead and jump into our flight deck and perform our before electrical power checks. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, here we are in the flight deck. Alright, before electrical power checklist. So, thrust lever idle, engine masters off, engine 1 normal, TCAS, standby, weather radar off, predictive wind shear detection system off, exterior lights, wipers off, and fire ditches check. Alrighty. Battery check, external power, cockpit recorder, CVR test, wait for the beep. Beep check, no smoking on, emergency exits armed. Oh man, look at how beautiful JFK looks right now. IRS 1, nav, wait for the on battery light check. IRS 2, nav, wait for the on battery light check. IRS 3, nav, wait for on battery light check. You guys are about to hear the master caution beep. ECAM warning, yeah. Once the ECAM warning message goes away, you'll get the master caution. Let's go ahead and set up our brightness though. There it is. Let's go and turn on our dome light actually. Cockpit feels a little bit too dark. Today we're going to be flying from JFK to Atlanta Hartsfield, one of the busiest airports in America. Well, USA. And I'm pretty sure it's the busiest airport in the world, actually. Alrighty, initialization page. Initial request. Our flight number for today is also going to be 2170. So, Delta Lima 2170. With our cruising flight level being 36,000 feet. Flight level 360. Our cost index is said to be 15. 15. Looking good. We do not have any step climbs planned for today, which is a good thing. Not really a fan of those. But I will follow them if they do come true though. Alrighty. So, departure runway. Flight plan. Departure. 13 left. No SID. We're going to be flying direct to Romeo Bravo Victor. Inserts. Delete the discontinuity. Inserts. Our arrival runway for today's flight is said to be. Let's go ahead and pull that data up. Arrival. 26 right. Arrival. Atlanta. ILS. 26 right. Via the Aussie 1. Transition has already been inserted by our uplink, which was flask, so we can go and delete that discontinuity and insert. Discontinuity, delete, insert, looking good. Alrighty, initialization page, next page. Let's go over here. Go and send that load sheet over here to our company message check. Let's go ahead and read it. ATC page, AOC, received messages, load sheet. Alrighty. So, zero fuel weight for today's flight is estimated to be 142,287 pounds. 142.4 since we're going to be rounding up for this flight. So, and our center of gravity, zero fuel weight, center of gravity. Where is it? Alright, here it is. 26.4. 26.4. Block fuel for today's flight is said to be where? It's all the way at the bottom. Yep, right here. Fuel and tanks. 19.6, but I'm guessing it's going to drop down to 19.5 after boarding. 19.5, takeoff weight, great. Let's go and perform some tests. Alrighty, APU master fire test. Master warning, APU fire ECAM mode check. APU fire test complete. Engine 2 fire test. Master warning, ECAM MO, engine master fire check. Engine 1 fire test. Master warning, ECAM MO, master check. Fire test complete. Cargo smoke test. Master warning, ECAM MO check.
Terrain. Pull up. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
The altimeter here at JFK is currently 30.05. 30.05. 30.05 on my display check. Standby for last one. Great. Climb flight level 360 since we're not following a SID today, so we do not have any restrictions or constraints, so step climb it up to 360. Go ahead and press accept. Turn. Great. Takeoff weight's 161.6. Departure sink load sheet 161 so 200 pounds lighter, which was shocking, but whatever. Departure runway 13 right. Check. Oh wait, no. Why do I have 13 left here? Oh man. Silly me. 13 right. There you go, much better. 13 right, delete our discontinuity. Much better. Insert. Great. Calculate. Packs are going to be on for today's departure, so bleeds on and packs on. I'm not sure why the aircraft wants to measure in hectopascals, but it's whatever. And calculate. Send to MCDU. 156, 164. 156, 164, 164, positive 0.7 trim. Flux temp 54 degrees Celsius, and thrust reduction altitude 1,510 feet above ground level. Great. Yep, today we're going to be flying managed for the majority of the flight. Alright, managed speed check, VNAV, great. Let's go ahead and start up our APU so we can begin boarding. APU center pump on. Crew oxygen supply set to on. Door page. Cockpit oxygen quantity 1800 psi check. PSI check. Alright guys, I'll see you once our APU stabilizes. Nav can go to 2 since it's nighttime. Alright, so as you guys can see on our lower ECAM, our APU has successfully stabilized since the avail message is in green. So start our avail green check. APU bleed on. Conditioning page. Our inertial reference system has just now aligned, which is great. The cabin is a little bit too cold, but we can begin boarding at 62 degrees Fahrenheit. The best part about the Fenix Airbus is that it measures in Fahrenheit, and I am like a massive Fahrenheit fan. Wait for the cabin to heat up. And our cockpit / flight deck needs to cool down because wow, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. But we can begin boarding at 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, our aircraft is successfully warmed up, so we can go ahead and notify our cabin crew that we are prepared to begin boarding. So, cabin crew, you may begin boarding at your discretion. Alrighty, cabin crew verified, notified. Let's go and perform an annunciator test. So, overhead panel annunciators, check. Upper overhead, I'm sorry. Just go ahead and review all the annunciators. Overhead panel annunciators, verified operational. FCDU annunciators, check. Main panel annunciators such as ATV, gears, brake fan, check. Operational. Pedestal annunciators, check. Annunciator test complete. Annunciator mode set to bright. Glide slope pointing off. Don't want glide slope yelling at my face, especially during departure. That's going to be super annoying. But surprisingly, I've never had that occur to me. Because usually the glide slope pointing in Airbus would only go off when you're below it. In Boeing, it'll go off when it's yellow, meaning that you're above it or below it. So Boeing, it'll let you know like when something's wrong. But Airbus, I'm pretty sure it'll do it as well if it feels like something's wrong or something's up with your approach. Some sketchy approach, man. I'm just joking. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you once we complete our boarding process. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Captain from the flight deck speaking. On behalf of the flight crew and Delta Airlines, we'd like to welcome you on board Delta Airlines Flight 2170 with non-stop service to Atlanta Hartsfield International Airport. Our estimated flight time for today's flight is said to be 1 hour and 55 minutes, with our cruising altitude being 36,000 feet. The weather for today's flight is forecast to be pretty smooth once we pass the state of Virginia and Maryland. And other than that, please remember to keep your seatbelts fastened at all times, even when the fasten seatbelt sign has been turned off. And once again, thanks for choosing Delta Airlines, and it's been our pleasure to serve you today. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, we've successfully completed our boarding process. So, signs check, flight deck door closed, flight deck door position set to lock, transponder auto. Alrighty, before engine start checklist. First, let's go ahead and notify our cabin crew. Cabin crew, please be positioned for pushback and engine start. Alrighty, GPWS check set. Oxygen supply, air conditioning. We're gonna have to disconnect our GPU before we begin pushback. So let's go and power up our fuel pump. So left wing check, center tanks, right wing tanks check. Alrighty, fuel pump check, hydraulics check, air conditioning check. Electrical, because this is electrical, air conditioning, fuel pumps, hydraulics, and fire ditches. This is also air conditioning, but this is just for the cargo bay. So I'll just leave it like that. So sign set, dome light off, flight deck status secured. Alrighty, let's go and get this show on the road, guys. APU page. Alrighty, bleed pressure check available. APU generator check. Already, ground power units. Actually, no, let's just go ahead and disconnect the external power manually. So, external power off. You can hear the gen bus transition. The bus tie switch from external power to APU gen. Alrighty, ground power unit disconnect. Shocks and cones removed. Alright, here comes our pushback tug. And once we begin pushback, we're going to go ahead and start up our elapsed time clock. So, beacon on. V speeds, initial climb altitude, parking brake disengaged, and fuel quantity verified. Alrighty, let's just go ahead and leave our lower ECAM on the engine display so we can monitor our N2, oil quantity verified, operational. Oh, here we go, we are on the move. Bye-bye JFK International Airport. As you can see, that's where we were parked. Airbus A321. Alrighty, so we've already received start clearance. Alrighty, so clear left. Check. First officer should announce clear right when able. We're going to go ahead and assume that our right side is clear of ground personnel and ground objects. So engine mode set to ignition / start. PSI verified green. Engine 2 on. We can check. Just go ahead and make sure. Yep, clear left. Well, like the first officer's side is currently being started anyways, not mine. I always start with engine 2. What do you guys start your engine? Which engine do you guys prefer to start first? For me, I'm more of an engine 2 guy. I'm a more right to left. Parking brake. Alrighty. Pushback complete. Whoa. The pushback tug did a pretty good job at pushing us back. We are right on the taxiway, which is pretty cool. Engine 2 set to stabilize. Engine 1 on. Spoilers armed. Auto brake max. Wow, bro, the flight deck is pretty dark. Not gonna lie with you guys, or to you guys. Landing lights can stay in the retract position. I usually put them in the off position right before we line up. N2 is rising. Hydraulic page. 3 green check. Flaps 1. Alright. Slats coming down. Flaps are deploying at the same time. Alright, spoiler is armed. ETS. TRA, weather radar 1. Predictive wind shear detection system auto. Oh, you could even hear the bus type, what's it called? Switching from APU gen to gen 1. Left gen. Alrighty, engine 1 set to stabilize. Engine 1 set to normal. AP master off. AP bleed off. Alright, let's go ahead and perform a flexural check. So, hydraulics. 3 green. Check. That's just green hydraulic pump, blue hydraulic pump, and yellow hydraulic pump. Green check. Alrighty, flexural check. So, right aileron. Check idle. Left aileron. Check idle. Elevator up. Check idle. Elevator down. Check idle. Right rudder. Check idle. Left rudder. Check idle. Flexural check complete. Alrighty, let's go and set up for takeoff trim. Alrighty, positive 0.7. Positive 0.7 as pitch trim. Set. Nose. Taxi. Ground equipment verified removed. Let's go notify ground crew. Cockpit to ground. We have 2 good engine starts. Takeoff config test. Okay, so today we're going to be using a flaps 2 departure. Okay. Flaps 2. Already takeoff config test. Yeah, usually do takeoff flaps as flaps 1. Phase 1 plus flaps, but today we're going to be doing a flaps 2. Alrighty, let's go ahead and. Alright, before we take the checklist. Anti-ice. Set. Air conditioning, electrical fuel pumps check, hydraulics check. Alright, trim check. Let's go and answer that call. Cabin call. Alrighty, acknowledging cabin status. Alrighty, go ahead and increase N1 amount and parking brake disengage. Or N1 quantity, whatever you decide to say. Alrighty, we are on the move now. So today we're going to be departing with flaps phase 2, flex temp 54 degrees Celsius, and one's going to be 87 decibels. Nice. Let's go ahead and notify our cabin crew. Cabin crew, please be seated for departure. Strobe on. Go ahead and slightly oversteer since the Airbus A321 is kind of a long aircraft. And as you can see here, we're going to be departing with headwind today, thankfully. Look at those beautiful runway awareness lights. Alrighty, runway verified, clear on approach, which it should be, because this runway for today is only being used for departures, as stated on the ATIS report. So, wing on, landing off, check clear on approach, runway verified, clear of obstacles, continue line up. I'm gonna go ahead and try and make up as much of I'm gonna try and use up as much runway as possible. You know what I mean? Alrighty. Look at how centered we are, though. We did a wonderful job, though, at maintaining our center line, or getting on the center line, because maintaining center line is only said whenever you're on it for the whole departure. Alrighty. Landing on, no takeoff, sign set, campsite security comforts identified, air conditioning, electrical, fuel pumps, hydraulics check. Departure briefing complete, ECAM check, no blue. Navigational display range set. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. Alrighty, runway verified clear. Alright, so I'm going to go 50% N1. Once I announce 50% stable, we're going to go and release our parking brake and jump straight to flex, or 87.8 N1. Alright, just monitor N1 and you'll get what I'm saying. So, negative force set, parking brake, 50 stabilized, takeoff thrust set, SRS, auto thrust blue, airspeed live, eight and a half, check, relieve pressure, rotate, watch out for a tail strike here, pause rate, climb gears up, nav, follow guys, we're going to go and follow those directors up to flight level 020 or 3000 feet for today's departure. And we're going to be flying autopilot 1 for those who are wondering. If it was, for example, the first officer was flying or the right seat, we would be flying autopilot 2, but since I'm pilot flying, we'll be flying autopilot 1. Alright, climb message check. First service climb. Go ahead and follow our flight directors towards Romeo Bravo Victor, which is 42 nautical miles DME. Knots, we're going to go and go clean clean flaps or clean profile. Alrighty, 3000 feet check. Autopilot 1, since I'm pilot flying, like I said. Autopilot 1 check. As you can see above the flight directors and command, Autopilot 1 has engaged or is being highlighted. Alright, let's go flap 0. Climb checklist. Gears up. Motor stowed. Thrust hover, climb position, DCAS CRA, weather radar 1, wind detection, auto, navigation display range, set, flaps up, air conditioning check, anti-ice set. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys at 10,000 feet or flight level 100. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, like 1 minute ago, we surpass flight level 100 or 2,000 feet, meaning that we can go ahead and come up here to our overhead panel and retract our landing lights. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, we've surpassed flight level 180 or 8,000 feet since our QNH or altimeter on the bottom right of our primary flight display is currently blinking, or yeah, blinking, I guess we can just say blinking. But other than that, let's go ahead and transition over from QNH to standard. There we go. Standard on primary, standard on standby, and standard on first officer check. And as you guys may have noticed, we've retracted our landing lights for less drag. But other than that, I'll see you guys at flight level 360 or 36,000 feet, which is our cruising altitude for today's flight, or once the altitude message gets highlighted in green, like we climbed to. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, we've leveled off flight level 360 or 36,000 feet since we have the altitude message and Mach message on our primary flight display, meaning that we can go and come up here into our overhead panel and turn our custom seatbelt sign off. Cabin crew, you may begin serving catering at your discretion. We've still got 520 miles left to go till we reach Atlanta. Well, Atlanta Hartsfield, because I'm pretty sure Atlanta only has one big airport. It's not like Dallas. Dallas has two, DFW and Dallas Love York, while New York has three, which is LaGuardia, JFK, and Newark. But other than that, I'll see you guys at our top of the descent. Alright, so as you guys can see, we've just now received the enter destination data message on our continue, meaning that we can go ahead and open up our approach data. So, QNH at Atlanta Hartsfield International Airport is currently 30.13 inches, so we can go ahead and insert that. 30.13 inches. Temperature is currently 18 degrees Celsius. Go ahead and insert that here. 18 degrees Celsius. And winds are currently 230 degrees 12 knots right here. Or if you're just right here, this is like simple. But I just read mental reports of 230 degrees 12 knots. 230 degrees. Alrighty. And we're 18 nautical miles away from our descent. Or top of descent, better say. So today we're going to be landing with low auto brake, spoilers on, and cabin check. There you go. Alrighty guys, I'll see you once we reach our top of descent, or T/D. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, we've reached our top of descent. Descent message is highlighted in green. Thrust levers, idle, highlighted in green as well. And the alt message that's highlighted in purple just means that we have a constraint that the aircraft can follow. So as you guys can see, we've dipped below flight 180 or 8,000 feet, meaning that we can go ahead and transition over to QNH. Alright, 30.1. Let's go and pull up our destination data. 123. QNH 30.1. Alrighty guys, I'll see you once we dip below flight level 100 or 2,000 feet. Alrighty, so you guys can see we've just now dipped below flight level 100 or 10,000 feet, meaning that we can go ahead and power on our landing light. Left landing light and right landing light on. There we go. And you can even see the light rays show up due to the cloud. But other than that, I'll see you guys once we begin our approach into Atlanta. Alright, let's go ahead and arm our localizer. Or localizer mode. Localizer message check. So we're stabilized on our localizer. Or if you like to say established. Flap set to phase 1, speed check, approach phase, arm/engage. flaps phase 1 green light. Airbus aircrafts just don't like decelerating for some reason, which is kind of silly. Well, not silly, but because, for example, Boeing jets are a great aircraft. Like, they can get the job done. Same thing with Embraer jets. I can't complain about Embraer jets. Alrighty, glide stops on the move. Let's go and go. Flaps phase 2. Speed checked. Landing altitude check on our pressurization panel or page, since it's not a panel like that of the 737. But we actually do have a panel in the Airbus. It's right here, but it's usually normally it's an auto, unless if something went wrong in your FCOM or your airline or the airport requires abnormal procedure. But usually the aircraft, it'll do its thing. Alright, glide slopes on the move. Autopilot 2 engaged. Category 3 dual message check. Go ahead and go back to the wheel page. Missed approach altitude set. Approach phase check engaged. Glide slope established. Alrighty, localizer glide slope check. Runway heading check. Minimums. Alright. Exterior lights check set. Signs. Flight deck status secured. Cam status secure. Camper status notified. Alright, speed check. Gears down.
2,500.
There's our radial tuner. Gears coming down. Wait for the doors to close, and then we're gonna go ahead and announce gears green light. The orange line has to go away though. Alright, gears check 3 green. Flap set to phase 3. Today we're going to be landing with full flaps, not phase 3. Flaps. Alright, flaps phase 3 green light. Flaps phase 3 green light, let's go and go. Flaps full. Alright, flaps full coming down. Alright, land checklist. Gears, 3 green, check. ECAM, check, no blue. Spoiler's arm, exterior lights, signs, anti-ice, check. And landing altitude set. Alrighty. Landing checklist complete. At 1,500 feet, I'll go ahead and fly the approach by hand. Well, 1,500 feet above ground level, of course, but what's it called? Atlanta Hartsfield is currently 1,100 feet above sea level. It's either 1,100 or 1,000 feet. Or 1,020, one of these. Our elapsed flight time at the moment is 2 hours and 13 minutes. Well, the elapsed flight time clock's been running ever since pushback or engine starts. Alrighty, we've dipped below 1,500 feet. We can go ahead and go. My controls. Controls. Approach status stabilized. 2 red, 2 white. Runway verified clear. Obstacles such as traffic, ground objects, and ground personnel. Land.
300. 100 above.
Check.
Minimum.
Continue. Go for numbers.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Hold that flare. Spoilers. ATPD said, reverse green. Rollout message check. On or off? 8 knots, check. 6 knots, reverser stowed, my brakes. Go ahead, I'll just turn off point here. And we're going to go ahead and begin cleaning up our aircraft once we exit runway 26 right. But since we've already been approved for crossing, that means we won't have to come to a full stop and hold short of runway 26 level. Alrighty, first officer can go ahead and begin cleaning up the aircraft whenever he's ready. Top 0. Spoiler stowed. Instrumental landing data off. Oh, runway check, clear left. First officer will announce clear right when able, or when he's actually verified that it's clear right. And we're going to go ahead and assume that he's announced clear right and continue crossing. Runway turn on. So go ahead and try and gain some ground speed real quick. We're not going to go all the way down because if we were to go all the way down, we would end up ending up in the international terminal. And we all know that Airbus A321-200CEO is not an international aircraft. Well, if you consider South America as international, yes, but I'm talking about what's it called? Transatlantic flight. Already, exterior lights retract, strobe off. So landing off, nose taxi, wing off. Runway turn off and strobe off. Great. Let's go and fire up our APU. APU measure on. Starter set. Great. Alrighty guys, I'll see you once we begin pulling into our ramp. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, there's our arrival ramp. Gate Charlie 55 or C55, which is capable of serving an Airbus A321, which it should be, since Delta flies out of here. So nose taxi off. Don't want to blind the marshal. Alrighty, marshal's in sight. Go ahead and decelerate our aircraft and turn right. Go ahead and follow his signals. Alright, continue straight. Welcome to Atlanta. Keep going straight. Parking brake. Excuse me. Engine 2, engine 1 off. That was unexpected for, but I guess we just have rogue flight attendants. Ready to glass up warning on, dome light. Alright, flaps check up, spoilers stowed, decast standby, water radar off, predictive motion detection system off, and transponder standby. Ready? Fuel pumps. External power connect, center pumps off. Viewmaster off, APW off. Alright, ECAM, monitor engine reading, beacon off. And crew oxygen display off. Alright, that's in seatbelt sign off. Cabin crew, you may begin boarding at your discretion. Cabin crew, you may begin deboarding at your discretion. Alright, let's go and open up our flight deck door. Alrighty, commence deboarding. Alright guys, I'll see you once we complete our deboarding process. We've successfully deboarded our aircraft, 0 passengers on board, meaning that we can go ahead and begin powering down our aircraft. So, no smoking lights off, emergency exit lights off, air conditioning knobs idle, check, fuel pumps off, inertial reference system off, and nav off. Alrighty, exterior lights check off, passengers or signs off as well, transponder standby, thrust lever idle, weather radar off, transponder off. Great. Alrighty, external power off. There we go. Well guys, what can I say? That was a pretty interesting flight, not gonna lie. I'm like, sure. I don't know what our flight attendants did there when we engaged our parking brake. Like seriously, I don't know why our our cabin door just opened before we even shut down our engines or told them, cabin crew may begin deboarding. But let's go ahead and reset our elapsed time watch. There we go. Nice. Alrighty. Battery 2 off. Battery 1 off. Well guys, what can I say other than welcome to Atlanta? Alright guys, good night, stay safe, and peace out.